Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Foolery, and today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Cobra Flight Pod, aka the Trouble Bubble. So normally this thing would be in a box, but unfortunately I was so excited that I tore up the box months ago, and this thing has just been sitting just like this in the middle of my toy room. So we're just gonna have to give the box a pass. Hopefully the box wasn't so bad. Normally G.I. Joe team does a really good job with their boxes, so I'm gonna say that it's a okay box. I'm not gonna say it's great nor not as bad, but inside the box you get this great display of the Cobra Trouble Bubble pilot and this awesome artwork of him in the back holding a gun right next to his Trouble Bubble. So let's get him out and let's check the articulation. First position, let's see if he can T-pose, and he does that pretty easily. See if he can look up, and he can only look up about this high. Not impressive at all. Can he have a seat? Absolutely. If he couldn't sit, that would be a little crazy. He can sit down, and he passed the level 1 articulation level. Let's see if he can get past level 2. And here are some more dynamic poses, taking advantage of the double jointed knee and double jointed elbow. As I was going through the level 2, he is actually hindered not necessarily by the articulation. I'm pretty sure under that vest he has plenty of articulation, but based on the articulation on his armor and what they were originally had him for, he is actually very limited. He's only going to be able to do some of the most basic poses, not because they didn't try. It's just that in the attempt to do his armor, you kind of limited his torso motion, so you only get that much bend in him. You also can't do really much side bends. He can turn, but he's kind of limited to what he can do because of the armor on his body. So he's not going to get into the most dynamic poses, but you didn't really buy this Cobra soldier so that he can be doing backflips and other things of that nature. You bought him so that he can ride in the Trouble Bubble, and let's see how that happens and how that looks. So we are switching things up. So normally I would just be like, oh, here's the accessories, but in the sense of the toy foolery that we are, for the first time we're gonna ask, what's in the box? So of course we get the Trouble Bubble, we get the Trouble Bubble pilot, but what's in this box? Besides more partitions. So what comes in the box? It looks like there's some assembly required, which I didn't plan on, but okay, that's fine. So we have a booster pack for the Trouble Bubble. Looks like an additional weapon for the Trouble Bubble. I am not sure what that is. Cool. Some missiles for the Trouble Bubble. A backpack for the soldier. A gun for the soldier. Another gun for the Trouble Bubble. And 2 additional heads for the Trouble Bubble pilot. Trouble Bubble. This is a good mix of accessories. This is the one thing that I can never complain about the G.I. Joe classified team, is that they don't give us enough accessories. They give us plenty of accessories. The question that always comes up is this thing going to be able to get into decent poses? And I don't think anyone really cares if this one can get in decent poses. They want it to be able to do ride in the Trouble Bubble. That's all they really want. So let's check that out. Let's put the Trouble Bubble together and see how this guy looks in it. So let's go over the articulation on the Trouble Bubble. We have an articulating arm for the gun that helps it get out of the way so that the pilot can get in his seat. We have a missile with a point for the connection, and I'm assuming I'm supposed to get two, and I'm only assuming because, like I said, I only go with what I have, but I only have one in my box, and I have two missiles, so you would assume that it should be two of them. I only have one, so either it's lost in the shuffle that is the mess that is in my toy room, or they decided that you only get one. This pivots left and right, which is cool, and we have articulation down here, so for shifting the Trouble Bubble, and of course the bubble actually lifts in the Trouble Bubble. I don't know if we can ask for more articulation. I wish I could ask for a little bit more accessories, but as it is, that's really not much I can complain about, so that's pretty decent. Let's get the pilot in there and take a look. And there you have it, the G.I. Joe Trouble Bubble fully complete, with the soldier in there. I'm having a little bit of a jank with my G.I. Joe. His right leg, the double jointed knee on the bottom is not budging. I'm gonna have to apply a lot of heat to that and see if I can loosen it up. Well, the left knee, I mean, is not budging at all, but you get the picture. And there's a little bit of stress on, and I know you can't see that, but I can, a little bit of stress marks on the handle. I'm gonna have to lift the hand up, and hopefully that doesn't degrade in time. It probably will, unfortunately. But for the most part, not a bad toy at all. Is it worth the money? And I think that's the biggest question. For the vehicle alone, absolutely. The Trouble Bubble has been a long requested figure, and the fact that they finally did it, I know it was in 2023, but the fact that they did it is phenomenal. They have different color variations now. I don't know if you can get the plain white. If you can, it's going to be very hard and expensive, but definitely a must buy if you're a fan of G.I. Joe. It's a must buy if you just like, in general, you like vehicles. So go out and get it if you really like G.I. Joe. That's it for me, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.